Finally, here are the directions for Part 4. In this part, you will hear an interview. The interview will be followed by 2 questions, number 26 and number 27. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The interview and the questions will be given only once.
This is an interview with Sandy Brooks, who works as a biotech researcher in Japan.
This is English Radio Japan, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're talking with Sandy Brooks, a biotech researcher. Thanks, Sandy, for coming on to the show.
I'm happy to be here.
So, how did you end up in Japan as a scientist?
I've always been interested in science. Specifically, as I grew up, I became fascinated by the possibilities of improving human health through medical engineering. I first came here as a college exchange student and stayed on to do a graduate degree in biotechnology. After that, I took a job with a local firm. You see, even as a student intern, I was impressed by the advances Japanese biotech was making, and decided I wanted to stay and be a part of it.
And you actually became a scientist?
Yes, I've always admired Japanese biotech's strong links to regenerative medicine, that is, developing cells that can regrow after being damaged. Using this process, one day we may be able to regrow human arms the way some reptiles can regrow their tails. Nowadays, I'm working in a company in Tokyo that develops high-tech medical devices, particularly those that deal with tissue repair. We are focusing on making comprehensive breakthroughs, not only in functionality, for example, more accurate analyses of fluids or tissues, but also on mobility and miniaturization. We're helped by the fact that Japan is already a global leader in those 2 fields. We'll soon work with medical nanotechnology as well. I think that our company is about the best in Asia, and perhaps one of the best in the world, for that matter.
Well, could you compare the Japanese biotech sector and those of some other Asian countries?
That's difficult. Statistically, Japan, China, South Korea, and Singapore are almost at the same level. Chinese firms tend to get the most funding, both publicly and privately. I still think Japan is a bit better in overall quality control and original research, though. That comes from a rich history in science, particularly since the country began modernizing in the late 19th century. Our work today is built on that foundation. Japan has a rich history of producing remarkable scientists, and I'm proud to be part of that tradition. Speaking of history, one of the Japanese scientists I admire most is Eiichi Negishi. He was an excellent student, winning a Fulbright scholarship. He was also an excellent professor both in Japan and in the US, and although he won a Nobel Prize in 2010, he did not pursue a patent for his discovery. This was because he wanted everyone to freely use it, so he was also very generous and had a sort of pure sense of science. Sadly, though, he passed away in 2021.
I see. By the way, what's been your biggest challenge working in Japan?
This country is known for its very long work hours. It's good to work hard, but after a certain amount of time, you just aren't productive. Staying late at the office or laboratory doesn't always get the best results. In fact, it can lead to mistakes. It was hard for me to accept this aspect of Japanese business culture at first. It's slowly changing, though. I mean, like many other companies, ours is focused more on results, not just hours spent in the lab. All in all, it's great to be doing this kind of work in Japan. There are a lot of exciting ideas and developments going on here. My future goals in this field are flexible, though, because new concepts, products, and lines of research are always coming up.
That's very interesting. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Questions. Number 26. What part of Japanese biotech most impressed Sandy? Number 27. What is one challenge Sandy faced early on in her career in Japan?
Your time is up. Stop writing and wait quietly until the answer sheets have been collected.